The member for Calgary-Nose Hill.
Mr. Speaker, I just asked the minister a pretty simple question, one that he should know the answer to, ostensibly. Today, the Toronto Star reported that 11,745 people, many of whom entered our country illegally, have not had their security screening completed. Is this true? Yes or no?
Minister of Border Security.
The member's right. That is a simple question, and I will answer it this way. Everyone that comes to enter into our country is subject to security screening by CBSA, and they do this in partnership with the RCMP and Immigration. As part of the process of determining their eligibility, there's an additional process of further screening that takes place, and there's a backlog as reported by the Toronto Star. But it's very important for all Canadians to understand there is no security threat to Canadians because every individual is screened for security concerns before they enter this country.
Order. Each side has its turn. Come on now. Hold on. Order. The member for Calgary-Nose Hill.
Well, one could argue that it would be difficult to evaluate if someone posed a security risk to Canada if their security screening wasn't completed.
Exactly.
So again, the Toronto Star reported that 11,745 people have not had their security screening completed. Is this true? Yes or no?
The Honourable Minister of Border Security.
Mr. Speaker, everyone who enters the country, whether irregularly or at a point of entry, is screened to determine their admissibility into the country. Everyone, 100%. As part of the process of determining their eligibility for asylum under our IRB's process, there's an additional screening that takes place. We're working hard to deal with the backlog that they left to us, Mr. Speaker, and we will complete that process before anyone is admitted as eligible for refugee status in this country.
The Honourable Member for Calgary-Nose Hill.
The answer to this question is not yes and no. The Prime Minister has allowed 40,000 people to illegally enter our country, and today, the Toronto Star has reported that 11,745 people have not had their security screening completed. This minister is in charge of this file, in theory, so he needs to answer this question. Is the screening completed? Yes or no?
Minister of Border Security.
And with respect to everyone who comes to this country and crosses the border irregularly, they are thoroughly screened before they move forward into the process of determining their eligibility. So the answer to that question is yes. There's an additional concern because there are people, as they move through that process of determining their eligibility, CBSA, working with IRCC, does additional security screening. And that process is backlogged, and we're addressing that backlog by making significant new investments in making those processes more efficient. Mr. Speaker, let me be clear. This is not a security issue.